us on your radio experience, you can count on. This is Eagles 102.3. And we are glad to have you join us this morning as we begin the conversation looking at the big stories within the dailies. This is what we do at this time every weekday. It's 3 minutes past 7 o'clock on a Monday like this, the 28th day in August 2023. Before you know it, we're in the Ember Months. Oh my God. And in the year, before you know it, the year runs out and we start another one. It's like that. Just keeps going. Time, they say, waits for no man. But this morning, I'd love to say good morning to you and welcome. And I'm hoping that you have had a very great weekend and that you have a great week ahead. As we begin the review this morning, feel free to keep these numbers close. You're going to need them when we open up the phone lines. The regular numbers 09073530044 and 09087668888. You may want to send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. That is 09097054450. If I were you, I'd go to YouTube and Facebook now and watch us live. We're streaming live at Eagles FM Abuja. At Eagles FM Abuja is the handle. Go there and watch us live. All right, we begin the review with the Punch newspaper this morning. Big story in the front page of the Punch newspaper. Listen to this one. Ogen Manu, one person who's been a champion and advocate for, creating dams or finding ways to manage the flooding in Nigeria. This is going to hit you right. Okay, Cameroon dam opening. Evacuates to prevent deaths. Federal government and states warn flood-prone communities. This is what we do every year. So every single year, we tell people to move from their homes, from their ancestral homes, and this and that, when we could actually find permanent solutions to the flooding, the perennial flooding that we've had in this country. So every single year, Cameroon opens the dam. It floods into the country. People are killed, homes are destroyed, businesses are destroyed. We lose millions and even running into billions of naira. Businesses are halted. People suffer as a result of, the flooding. And then immediately after the rainy seasons, we forget that there's ever flooding. Nothing is done. The the dams that were supposed to be constructed over time. Nothing is done. Nothing is done to provide, permanent solutions to these issues. People continue to lose their lives year in, year out. And what we do is we complain and we lament. We tell people to move away from their homes every time. It's just sad. It's just really sad. Right next to that story, NEMA advises governors to evacuate Nasarawa, Taraba, set up IDP camps and orders. Anambra orders evacuation in affected areas. Flood sweeps away 2 children. Listen to that. Flood sweeps away 2 children. This is just the start of it. It hasn't even started yet. Anyway. The big headline again. Cameroon dam opening. Evacuates to prevent deaths. Federal government and states warn flood-prone communities. Now, just beneath the independent pictures you find in the front page of the Punch newspaper, servicing debts with 90% revenue path to destruction, Tinubu tells NBA. Servicing debt with 90% revenue path to destruction, Tinubu tells NBA. Banks, 18 others fined 125 million naira for late filings. Banks and 18 others fined 125 million naira for late filings. Senator's aide, murder cases take time to resolve, police reply family. I am loyal to Obaseki, still wants to be governor, says Shaibu. It's interesting. I am loyal to Obaseki, still want to be governor, says Shaibu. That's the deputy governor of Edo State. Niger. ECOWAS demand shorter transition period from junta. Niger Republic, ECOWAS demands shorter transition period from junta. Also there, external reserves fall by $915 million after Naira float. External reserves fall by $950 million after Naira float. Cash shortage. Bank borrowing from CBN hits 12 trillion naira. Cash shortage. Bank borrowing from CBN hits 12 trillion naira. Do we have 12 trillion naira in circulation? Anyway, moving on. Away from that, let's go to Daily Trust quickly. From Daily Trust, massive flood looms in states as Cameroon plans to open dam. Massive flood looms in states as Cameroon plans to open dam. Adamawa, Taraba, Kogi, Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, others at risk. Water volume higher than last year's, says Minister. So if the water volume is higher than last year, it means that we're going to have the same, an even worse situation that we had last year, where some parts of Lokoja was completely cut off. Trucks could not arrive. There was fuel scarcity. There was shortage of food supply, and all of those things across many parts of the country because Lokoja was cut off. It's interesting that we continue to run this race in circle. This just a virtual circle that a cycle that we continue to maintain every year. NEMA tells residents to relocate to where? IDP camps. Interesting. Anyway, Atiku to Tinubu. Tell Nigerians how you got degree without primary and secondary education. Atiku to Tinubu. Tell Nigerians how you got degree without primary and secondary education. And yesterday seems like Atiku woke up on an interesting side of himself, of his bed rather, and decided to put out a tweet saying that he's marveled at how a person could get a degree without the basic education, primary, secondary, and the likes, but then we'll see what plays out in all of this. Don't forget, there's a court case in the United States, in Illinois, United States. Let's see what the courts there say. Katsina, rising bandits attacks worry residents. In Katsina, rising bandits attacks worry residents. Local government tussle. Plateau Council workers commence indefinite strike over fear of attacks. Local government tussle. Plateau Council workers commence indefinite strike over fear of attacks. Intrigues, controversies over Nigeria's foreign reserves. Why did CBN borrow $15 billion? You want to answer that question? I don't know. I don't have the answers, but it's there. It's a question that the Daily Trust is asking. Import capacity under threat. And now, just beneath the masthead of Daily Trust, you have the NSCIA can unveil code of conduct for clerics, say Nigeria not battleground. That's the National Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs and the Christian Association of Nigeria unveil code of conduct for clerics, say Nigeria not battleground. Interesting one. Oil theft, militants, pirates flee as NAF airstrikes hit camps. Oil theft, militants and pirates flee as NAF airstrikes hit camps. No more debt servicing with scarce revenue, says President. No more debt servicing with scarce revenue, says President. So what's going to happen? We're not going to service the debts? Okay. I'm loving where we are or what we're doing. Seems interesting. Let's see more of the papers. More. What is This Day reporting on a day like this? From This Day newspaper. Tinubu, Nigeria cannot continue debt servicing with 90% of revenue. So what's going to happen? Bulk oil leakages, all of the oil theft and all, mining, illegal mining of gold and other natural solid minerals and natural resources, and maybe channel them to export to earn more revenue. What are we going to do? Default on the debts? Is that the plan? Anyway, moving on. Let's see. The story again. Tinubu, Nigeria cannot continue to debt servicing with 90% of revenue. Promises world-class remuneration for judicial officers. Interesting. So this story broke yesterday, and many people are saying, look, that's some inducement on the judiciary, especially considering that there are, election matters still in court. Some people say this is a subtle way of influencing and inducing the judiciary, and it should be considered a crime. It should be considered bribery and all of that. So we'll see what plays out in the coming days. Also, there's another writer to that story says Senate unfolds agenda to increase Nigeria's IGR, tackle debt profile. Senate unfolds agenda to increase Nigeria's IGR and tackle debt profile. Plans fresh legislation. I beg your pardon. Plans fresh legislation on solid minerals to generate $3 billion annually from sector. Let's see. There's a video that emerged in social media a couple of days ago, just over the weekend, of a mining site in Zamfara State, allegedly said to be Zamfara State, where mining activities are going on. Gold, hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of people at the site mining gold and all, and nothing's going on. They say they're protected, there's nothing, and social media people say that site belongs to some former governors, senators, and all of those things, from that state. We don't know for a fact, but that video was one that emerged over the weekend and got many Nigerians talking. 5 states mark 32 years reminiscence about journey so far. Still there. Atiku Tinubu, tell us how you got into university without primary school. Obaseki, our politics must work for next generation. That's an interview in the This Day newspaper. At Rwanda retreats, Nigerian governors declare effective leadership in high demand in Africa. Say Nigeria facing huge trust deficit needs to dialogue. Makinde, we are better equipped with adaptive strategies. Let's hope that they're able to do better for their states and Nigeria at large as governors. Now from the Guardian newspaper, quickly, federal government estimates reduces unemployment on paper amid almost 10 million jobs deficit. Federal government's estimates reduces unemployment on paper amid almost 10 million jobs deficit. That's the big story in the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Still there, you have Nakatsu's acting CBN governor and deputy CCB over alleged refusal to declare assets. Nigeria still losing 400,000 barrels of crude oil daily, says Ribadu. Over the weekend, the NSA, alongside the ministers of petroleum and gas resources, as well as what do you call them now, the group CEO of the NNPC and other stakeholders, were at some sites, inspecting some sites, crude oil drilling sites and all, pipeline, installations, and they had promised, the chief of defense staff, I guess, was saying like that, they're going to tackle, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, saying that they're going to tackle oil theft, and it's going to be a thing of the past. Moving on quickly, Nigeria won't service debts with 90% revenue, Tinubu shows at NBA conference. Controversy over relevance of specialized varsities. Controversy over relevance of specialized varsities. There you have the stories this morning. Join in with your 2 cents. If any headline tickles your interest, you know what to do. Call 090 73 53 0044 and 090 87 66 8888. SMS and WhatsApp messages are welcome on 090 9705 4450. Our first caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What's your name?
How are you?
I'm very well.
Yeah, this is GB calling.
GB, good to have you.
Yeah, the president said he will not use 95% of revenue to service it. That's a good plan. What it means is that they have to generate more revenue. The MDAs have not been giving all their revenue to the government. They have been holding it back. And that should stop. And it doesn't mean that the president will not even borrow more money. Because by the time you bring a budget that is deficit, you say that you have to borrow money to fund the budget. But what you're saying actually is that, look, will generate more money. And people will pay more tax. Not that we're taxing those who are not to be taxed. Because we will say our government wants to tax the jobless. No. There are many people who are supposed to pay tax are not in tax men. Some are underpaying. So what you're saying is that want to increase the tax net, want to bring in more money, more revenue. At the same time, the government will still borrow. So invariably, what we're saying is that revenue generation will be utmost. And for the dam that we want to be opened, where the government and the federal government need to work together to see that they are able to avert any floods. But at the same time, some floods are not caused by the opening of dams. They are caused by people going and putting houses and coaches into the area they don't go. Like in Abuja here, we don't have the dam flowing into Abuja. They have bad floods because people will go and build on the waterway. People and block the drainage, the debt, and every other thing. That's where the state government and local government should come in and know that those things are done are prevented.
All right, GB.
There's sometimes even the locals who are blocking the like Ojokoja road, you see them, they should move, they refuse to move. They are claiming that they are central land. I mean, they should be located. And that's the only way you can save this thing. Right. If they refuse to move, the same havoc will still happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, GB. More calls 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Good morning.
Good morning, Yana Shaw.
Good morning, Oki. Good to have you.
Thank you. Good morning to all listeners. Yes, the issue of Cameroon to open their dam. Well, it's a thing of but I think they have set a signal to Nigeria government if they are going to listen, because we know that we have government that don't care about people. Then the issue of license of banditry in Zamfara. Are you hearing me, Yanasho?
I can hear you.
Yeah, the license of banditry in Zamfara State. You know, it's not to establish something, you know, but to have to take care of it. These people, they have established this thing, you know, to dissolve government and Guru Jonathan. And they succeeded. And then by that time, they're paying them huge of money. But now, they don't have money to pay them any longer. That's why the guys are dissolving them. And they're now calling on government and this thing. There are one added that said in Amsterdam, Sunkira Ruaga Dukasu. It's unfair. They are the one that called us guys, keep them inside bush to pursue our work, Jonathan. Now, those guys are disturbing them. They are that current government. They are the one that voted the APC and the Buhari in 2015. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. Have a pleasant day yourself. Keep those calls coming 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Abdullahi Mekano.
Yes, sir. I hope you had a great weekend, sir.
I did.
Thank you very much, sir. So if you understand what is happening really in Nigeria, you can see that the government claims they are with agenda. They have nothing to offer to Nigerians. Look at what they are saying concerning our revenue. and the multiple issues we have in the country. So the government has no focus. They are just beginning. They don't even know what to do to Nigeria. Look at the issue of subsidy now. They remove subsidy. They say they will share 8,000 naira each. Now they just forget about that one. Now they go and give each state 5 billion. Is it something that is going to be good to Nigeria? Is it what we are in need of in this country? So the government has no plan at all. They just say it's my turn, it's my turn. That's what they believe. It's my turn. Now, we are an asset dealer now. What do you have to Nigeria? Nothing. That's why we can never get it right. I always say, I pray for Nigeria all the time, but I know under the current leaders we have, we can't get it right because they have no plan for Nigeria. They can't fix this country at the moment. We don't have to deceive ourselves now. We know we are on the wrong position, and we are sinking daily. Nigeria is a sinking ship, and we all know that we are sinking daily. I surprised when I hear some people trying to advocate the evildoers. You know, evil is going on. Some people are carrying out atrocities in the country, but you are still protecting, you are still advocating for something that you know is a false, it's a lie. Whether you are a Muslim or Christian, you know something that is what Quran says, you know what his Bible says. You have to tell the truth. You know something that is wrong, but you are trying to cover it up. For what? We know we are on the wrong side. This country is on the wrong side, and our leaders are not doing the right things. We can't tell anything in this country. Nobody will believe that the leaders are working to fix Nigeria. No reasonable Nigerian, or even somebody who is outside will believe that they are doing it. But we are still protecting them. It's too bad. And the issue of Zamfara, raising of insecurity, cannot be aired. Let me tell you the truth. These bandits you are seeing in Zamfara state, who are the bandits? Where are they from? Where are they getting their weapons? So forget about that. The issue of bandits now, they are celebrating.
Okay,
they are celebrating. So forget about that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Keep those calls coming. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Principal.
Good morning, Apostle Life.
My greeting. This is Apostle Life from Apple. So, let me weigh in this angle. This ECOWAS, are they not hearing the local news of Nigeria? Hearing how bandits are ravaging Nigeria, and for them to give a borrow idea to the present government, to join idea together or bring their security and help us in this mess we find ourselves. Every year, kidnapping all those people that are doing one bad thing or the other. And then I expected them to borrow ideas to the present government and tackle this insecurity. Another thing I want to say is this. This electoral empire that used to tell us if they announce a result, if it did not favor you, you should go to court. Let them now sit up so that the thing that happened on February 25th will never repeat itself. That the winner and the loser will shake themselves and congratulate the thing that happened on 2015, where Jonathan lost election and he shook Buhari and but today we see the litigation here and there. Litigation everywhere. There is not supposed to be like that. That electoral empire is supposed to be transparent.
All right.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, also Live. Thank you very much for calling. All right, we'll get more of your thoughts and responses. Keep them coming. Send those messages to